We welcome you all. In this today's session, we will see how to add goals to the goal plans and how goal plans can be attached to the staff using a schedule processes and using a mass assignment. So the prerequisites of a goal plan is you need to have the review period ready, which we have it. We need to have the goals, of course. That is what we are doing. So the goals are all ready. In our last session, we had created the goals through manually. We had created and also through um, a spreadsheet loader. We had seen also how to create a goal from an employee end. Now, for eligibility profile is also ready. The other thing we need to be ready with is a performance document types. So that performance document types where to add, we'll see that. And that is where the connection happens while reviewing. We have this review period. I had already said this configuration of review period would make a connection between goal management and the performance management. Similarly, the performance document types also to get the output, target output from the goal management, that performance document types would be helpful. We need that as well if we are integrating with the performance management. So let's go ahead. Performance document types, it is there. The performance document type which are already available and created, we will use that as itself. What is this manage schedule process? We will see that. Now I'm going to just say 2025. Uh, we will restrict this to some business unit or N08. We had added this grade staff, right? Only for N08 goal plans. We'll say it as that. Okay, I've just given some random names to categorize this goal plans. So considering they are all the ERP implementers because we had created all the ERP goals. So let's add a description ERP goal plans. Review period, I must select it. We have it ready. So as soon as I select the review period, the start and end date would populate. Now, in case if you want to enable the weights, that is, you want to measure the goals based on the weights. I'll give you an example how the weights can be very useful. If there are four goals attached to the staff, thinking it would be distributed as 100%. And for this year, they have to complete that. But not every goals are distributed with the same weightage. Some goals would be of high importance and it would be very complex to complete. So we give it as high percentage of weight, whereas others less. So most of the clients would look for having this weights to understand or to gauge it better. So we will enable that and also enforce that goals can, I mean, the maximum goals that you have, the weights has to be 100%. Let's enforce that. Because staff shouldn't be allowed to add further goals. It should be 100% and they have to complete it correctly. That's the expectation from the company. In that case, for this plan, so I'm going to give it as 100%. I'll select it as annual document. You can select multiple document types here. I'll just keep it as one. Now we'll go to a place where we could add codes. Mm, So let me just see what are all the goals we had created. We'll add the same thing. Seamless data and mm, We face some issues on this instance where I would have some problem while creating it to responsive AI. I'll do one thing. I'll create it from the classic page. So let's try it. 2025 N08 whole plan. We're selected the review period. If you want to allow the updates, this is the same thing. It applies for goal. If you are adding it under goal plan, right, it applies for all the goals if you have not added there as well. Add this. In case you want to add it from here and you had not added that earlier, I could do that. Let's see what other thing that we can get. Um, Completing on time. And then so I had also added the seamless data integration. Um, Implementation period that is completed as scheduled. Let's so I'm going to distribute this as 50, 30, 15, and then 5. So this is how I'm going to distribute the weightage of the code. This has to be given a highest importance. So in case I want the display sequence, I can do that as well. Here's where we add the eligibility profile. So, great. Let me just check what is the eligibility profile that we had created. Okay, that's a good plans with. So I'm gonna select this. And then in case you want to add some other workers as well, so you can do that. In the responsive page and UI Redwood page, what you get, you can also exclude the workers. There's a provision to exclude as well. Or it is there in the mass assignment. So I don't have anyone as of now. So I just keep it as cancel. And then save, save and close. So now attribute object. There is some issue with the eligibility profile. Let me delete it again. See, adding it once again. Yeah. So now that we have the goal plan created, so did we have the goal plan as 2025? So this is a review period. I just select the review period. You can see what is all this is the goal plan of ours. Let's go into the or let's do here. This manage schedule process. If I click on this, I need to search, select the row which I wanted to schedule it, and I can schedule it here. Or you can go to schedule processes and look for the manage goal schedule processes, which is this process. Select the process type as assign goal plans, and you can schedule that as well. We'll just see that. That's it. So I'm gonna schedule the new process. So this is where you get to select the options. So assign goal plans is nothing but running the process manually. So how we did now, we select a goal plan individually and do it. So mass assign is in case the goal plans are already assigned to the staff. And now our customer comes and say they have some other goals that needs to be added to the same plan and assigned it to the staff. How do we do it? That is done through mass assign or share the performance goals. So, which is why we have a two different option. So you must understand this differences. So both are processes itself. While selecting it, we need to know what exactly we are doing it to the existing settings. This is the goal plan. And effective date is the date from which it has to be effective. So I'll just keep it as blank. This is not a mandatory field to be provided. And if you're running it for any individual staff, you can check through adding a person numbers. So what happens, right? In case, um, like, uh, in case you are checking for certain employee, or you wanted to add certain roles for only one staff. Okay, then you can add the person number here. If you have not added the eligibility profile, only for this person, I need to assign the roles. Only in that cases, we select the individual person numbers. Or for debugging as well, we select it. I'll just select it as submit without selecting the person number or the active date. Now, if I have to, this process is scheduled. Um, if I have to check this process run results, I can also check to goals area. Schedule processes for performance goal. This is the place it's been done. Here there's a place called monitor process. So the same processes, all the scheduled processes can be monitored. The same page it is. So while it still runs, um, so What else are we left with? Let's also check the mass assignment. For mass assignment, what see, we saw there is a place where we select a mass assignment, but where exactly we add those codes? That's a process we run. Okay, there is also a place where we see setup of performance goal mass assignment. What is the difference between this and a place where we saw the process type selection as mass assignment? So this is the place where for the existing plan we add the, so if I click on here process type, I'll select it as mass assigned goals. Process name, I'll give it as test mass assignment. Here, this is the plan. And this plan, once it is already assigned, now I need to add further. In case you want to exclude workers who are in part of the goal plan, uh, that you could do it. See, only those who are as part of this goal plan, do you want to run it only for them? That you can do. Or I can just go select the eligibility profile. In case, along with this, people who are assigned with this, if I want to add some more people, I can do that as well. If this was the eligibility profile, I'll keep it as I want to restrict for that. But I want to add some workers as well. Recall any stat forward. Let's see. If this person is there, he's in there, let me search for staff. For some reason, I'm not getting any results. So let this be. So this is where, in addition, if you want to add any workers, you have to give. I don't really remember any staff. And now a place where we could add the additional codes. So I am going to select it from the library itself. So what I'll do, boost the employee satisfaction or create an organization of it. Okay, that's one goal I'll say I wanted. Whatever the goal you select, the goal name comes up. User permitted to delete HR assigned goals on whether you allow them uh, or for managers only, or you allow them for both employee and manager. So the setting can be created here. This checkbox is to allow the worker to make the key attributes. Okay, so rest everything is on there. Think let's just save it. And I'm gonna go add one more goal. This time let's add some percentage. Percentage. Okay, no, let's not add anyway because I have enforced the 100%. Use the employee certification. It's not related. That's selected. Okay, fine. Save and close again. So now this is done. Let's go back to this process. Let's see if this process is completed. Still running. Succeeded. Okay. So now this process has been completed successfully. So what we'll do now, um, we'll see. So for the person we were trying, okay, I don't remember the staff name. We'll go to goals, performance goals. Select a review period. Select the worker here. Finance. What we'll do and then as I'm not able to find it, go to the goal plans, manage assignments. Here, usually it should be searched by an employee ID. Let's first copy their employee name. This is the person I'm looking for. Let's just copy his first name or the entire name. Now, we'll go back to the goals. We'll go to the goal plans, assignments, search by worker name. It's not coming. Anyway, what will do? I'll log in as that person. I'll log out from here. 82590. Let's log in as that. Now I'll go to my goals because I'm seeing it from my um I want to see if this person has got the goal or not. So all your goal plans, see, the goal plan is added because if the process runs successfully, as we had selected this grade, and this person belongs to this grade, all the plans have come. I somehow is not able to see the assignees, but that's the place where you see under goal plans. If you see manage assignees, if you want to delete anyone from the goals, if you want to add anyone, that is a place where we can do it. And also under performance goals, we would be able to see it. And now, so 4 goals, it's done. In case I want to complete any goal now, or all the goal, one major point we have to remember is as soon as this weightage completion percentage, if it is more than 0, if it is in progress, I wouldn't be able to delete it. So now it says if I don't wish to have it, I have, okay, there is no option to delete it. So the managers and the settings, we have not enabled a delete and cancel while creating a goal plan, which is why it's not there for any of them, right? So this has to be enabled for it to be available. This is the option where it is available under uh, goal plans. If organization doesn't wish to give that to the employees privileges, then it is not there. But other actions, what we are seeing here, in case I want to move this to someone, um, and or if I would like to share this to others, so I'll just select the worker and I can do that. So as of now, let's just keep it as it is. Now this was about adding the goal plan and running the process. Assign mass goal plans. Assign goal plan is the process name, process type name, and manage goal uh, scheduler process is the process name. Now, let's go back and log in as the user. Who is the manager? Now, let's run the mass assignment process to add that extra goals. So this was the process. So we have already created, added the additional goals, and then we'll go to scheduler process. Select mass assign or the share performance goals. Process name. Process name is where we select that okay. Okay. So if you can see it back, this was the test mass assignment was the mass assignment process name that we had given. So I had forgotten, I thought it was not created. So let's go back here. I'll select it as mass assignment and this test mass assignment is available. So in case you want to run it for individual stuff, here again, you can do that. I'll just click on submit. While this process runs, we'll see if there is anything that we had missed so far. So in this session, we had seen how to add goals to the goal plans, how to run the process for assigning it to the staff, and how to use the mass assignment and when to use. What is the requirement to use the mass assignment? So we have checked that as well. Um, in case like we have let's say um, there is a goal that they are not able to edit it. There are such situations. What we could do is we could try to clear the cache and see why it isn't working. I'm sorry, there was a power cut. So yeah, what uh, I was saying is in case. So, what kind of issues we may come across in goal management is some user or the HR may say that they have run the process, but they are not able to see the goals. In such cases, we can see if the eligibility profile is defined correctly or not, if it is all attached to the goal plans. So, these are all the primary check we can do. And the other point is in case they are trying to delete a goal plan or any goals are wrongly assigned. They say that this was a goal which we were not having a plans to attach, but then somehow we have added it and we need to delete the goals from the goal plans. Now that it is already assigned it, we wouldn't be able to delete an individual one. So we have to delete the whole goal plan and then redo everything. So we have to be very careful when it comes to adding the goals. Uh, And also one more thing that we have to notice, once the goals are attached and approval workflow, it is all configured correctly. What happens is when the goals are completed, it triggers a notification to a manager for an approval. So when it triggers a notification, an email would be received by an employee. So in that email, the staff would get the hyperlink for in the goal plan, what the goal plan they had completed. For that, they will have the hyperlink. So they can click on that, end up into the system, log in, and see what is the progress. And also the weightage is also available if weightage is invalid. But there is a bell notification that they receive, which is called as a work list. In the work list, they won't see the hyperlink. So this is also a point to remember. Yeah, this is all that I could think of as of now. So now let's go back and see that process. Click on monitor process. Yeah, this is also completed. Now we'll just go. Then log in back as that staff. I will try to see it here from the performance board. See if that person is available or not. We will see goal. Login back and that starts to see if that additional words has come, and then we'll wind up the session. See, when I logged in back as this employee, even when the goal is assigned by the HR specialist, we had enabled that notification, right? So this is all the notification we get. Whatever the goal set is assigned, so all the notification comes up to the staff. Now, let's go to the career performance goals. And then I'll select it as this. The additional goals also have come. So this way, the additional goals can be inserted in the current goal plan using the mass assignment. So this was about the goal management. The approval workflow also, like this can be achieved through notification, and if there's any change in the note template, we can see that as well. Let's say I'm going to complete this. So I'll complete all the goal plans. We'll see that as well. So I'll mark this. And I would have to go here inside this. Exactly, we can mark this is completed. I have used it in a Redwood page where we can see, or else we'll do one thing, we'll enable the Redwood with login back as this person. And then see how does that work. We'll do a profile options. To manage profile values. Manage advanced profile values. Your option code is Aura HCM business. Something like that it comes. Okay, yes. This is set to F. So if I just set it as this, click on save and close. Now what we'll do to see if it's already there. As soon as it is enabled, we must see it. Let's go to the career and performance goals. See, it has come in the Redwood page now. So I can click on this. In progress, so this is Shows us in progress, but in the red road we see it's not very everyone. Okay, now goal center has come. So now the red road has been enabled properly. So in the red road, this is how the page looks like. We'll go back and see how the goal library goal plan also is there from HR login. So what we have is this all year goal plan. And we have also missed to see the primary plan. Let's see that as well. So what we could do is I can click on the plan goal. In case I wanted to edit the goal, I can do that. And I'll just mark it as here. I'll just mark it as completed. Shall completion date, everything once given can't be modified unless it's reinstated by the manager. So I'll just say completed. Update. Now we could see depending the approval was submitted now for approval. Uh, Now, whoever is the manager, they should be receiving a notification that this now the notification this is completed. If I click on this, let me sign this also. Okay, unless that is approved, I won't be able to make any changes. Yeah, this is also one thing that we have to remember. When the goal percentage is somewhat in the middle, uh, it should be approved by the manager. So only then there will be like adding the goal also is disabled. So this is also one important thing the manager organization would ask why I'm not able, why employees not able to add any goal. That's because it's been sent for an approval. Okay. I had clicked on submit, which is why it has sent. So we'll see all your goal plan. Test one. Let's see if there are goals here. So this was the test goals which we had created. So this we have like now get started. What will do in this case? I wanted to see a maximum range. You know, the changes are there. Do you want to discard or you want to submit it? It's showing like this. What I'm trying to see is how do I share this? Because if there's anything which is not yet started, I will be able to share that. Is available. We have seen that in the responsive UI. This record and it's not yet stable as of now. Which is why it works a little weird. Okay, let's anyway. So in case it's not yet started, we will have an action button to share it. We will have these three buttons here. So there we will be able to share that across different employee or works if you want. Now let's go back. There's an additional notification for completing the plans to present for an approval. Um, no. It's all there. Now what we'll do, I'll log in back as the same employee who is also a manager for the staff. Let's just check. I hope that he is a manager. He is a manager. He must be receiving. Okay, he hasn't received any notification. Either it's not yet effective or he is not the direct manager. It's anyway. If approval workflow, everything, we have to check the entire thing. If that is configured right, if he is a manager, like how we saw the notification for an employee while they created a goal, while the goal was assigned by HR. So likewise, even the head manager would receive a notification for an approval. Now let's once quickly see the goal plans in the Redwood pages, and then wind it up. So we were seeing that all year goal plan, that was a primary plan. So how do we see is that there's a space. If I click on this primary plan, see, we wouldn't be assigning any goals here. We just select the review period as all once it is, I mean, it's not editable. It just says the review period as all. And you can see, you can select some settings out here. Who can perform the cancel edit. Everything can be selected. If you want to enable weights and post weight, what is the maximum goals that could be added to this plan? Everything can be seen here. Cancel and delete. So this option was not selected. So now that I've selected, uh, if I click on save, now for those plans which we saw earlier, there will be option to delete or cancel. So this wasn't selected, which is why we did not see it. So this is a player under goal plan level. We've made the settings. So yeah, this is all about the goal management. We will meet again in the performance management session.